Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Y Spaces, Aperon, Twala, Simps, Sukuna, Schooltech by Edfolio, Maroon Studios, and Compare Loans. Check out our partners in the description.
Welcome sa Startup Podcast PH, inspiring more Filipino entrepreneurs and innovators. We're live now dito sa Y Spaces, our partner co-working and event space here in BGC. We have once again, since 2022, we have Twala, actually our most viewed episode dito sa podcast. We have once again Twala to talk about who they are, their updates and milestones, and their latest product updates. And for this second episode, we have Attorney Third Bagro, co-founder and general counsel. Hello, Attorney Third, kamusta?
Magandang araw sa iyo, Johnny. Thanks for having me here. Happy to know that yung first podcast episode pala with Tiwala was the most watched.
Yes. I think panahon yun na back then medyo alam ko na ang Twala. No? Actually, alam ko Twala. I'm a big fan of Twala back in 2022. So I know what you've been doing. Digital signatures, Twala sign. Ako na nag-intro, no? And then back then, para may blockchain digital identities. And then now, I think meron kayong, correct me if I'm wrong, Attorney Third, notary or digital or e-notary. But maybe I let you do the introduction. Nauna na ako.
That's okay. We're happy that you know that you're familiar with us. That's what we want to happen. So that's a plus for us. So thank you. So as you said, since we founded the startup 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic, until now, so it's almost 5 years on. We've got a lot of a lot of traction. Of course, there's a lot more to be done, but we're happy where we're at. So Tiwala Sign is still there. So that's our digital signature solution powered by blockchain. We're being used by several hundred companies and individuals. Meron ding from both the private and the public sector. So now we're working on the e-notary solution because just this year, in February of this year, the Supreme Court released the rules that will allow e-notarization on the mandate of the E-Commerce Act in year 2000. So they released it in February, and then it was effective a few months after. And then just this week or last week, they officially opened the application process for accreditation. So we're in the process of submitting our requirements for accreditation as well.
So malapit na ba itong ma-launch officially din?
That's the hope. And that's what we've been praying for. Kasi we really think that the e-notary system, once it's there, will solve a lot of our parang ease of doing business problem. Diba? Lalo na for MSMEs or for in the future for OFWs. Diba? It will complete the digitalization framework of the country. Kasi before that, ang general rule, pwede kang mag-digital sign basta hindi siya notarized document. Kasi ang rules based on the 2004 rules ng notarial practice, kailangan magkita kayo ng notaryo tsaka yung magsasign in person. Tas kailangan papel yun. So because of the new rules, ina-allow na ng Supreme Court na either in-person na digital, meaning magpupunta pa rin ako sa notaryo, pero wala ng papel.
Okay.
So, PDF na lang siya, magsasign sila doon sa cellphone nila, sa laptop nila.
Ng physical witness. So, I think it's about the witness. Parang pagiging...
Kailangan kasi meron silang, kailangan makita nung notaryo yung magsasign in person. But, that's just one of the modes of e-notarization. So, meron ding tinatawag na remote e-notarization na yung pagkikita nila hindi na in person pero through video conference. Video conference. So, ibig sabihin, kung ako yung notaryo from Quezon City, tapos merong gustong magpa-notarize say, sa Cebu. So, pwedeng na silang mag-notaryo kahit hindi sila magkita sa physically, pero sa online platform through the electronic notary facility. And yung Tiwala, we want to be accredited as one of the e-notary facility. So they were very, very excited about that. We're hopefully soon the Supreme Court will accredit suppliers like us, facilities like us. But we'll definitely let you know once once progress na in the process.
Very interesting. Daming questions about this. First of all, para siyang somehow, I think, natural progression din from Tiwala sign na digital signature. I think para nag-fall nga ito sa kumbaga digitalizing or improving ease of doing business kasi mas madali na mag-sign ng documents, ng papers. And now, somehow parang ganun din naman ata ang notary, parang pag-sign or pagtatak kumbaga ng isang document para maging legally binding, right? So, sige, maybe spend muna tayo ng konting time about notary, Ano nga ba talaga ang notary? Notary as from a lawyer's perspective, And then, yun bang pag-move into e-notary, this is not, kumbaga not just from Tiwala, of course, but also from like the Supreme Court, from like the legal bodies of the Philippines.
Yes, okay. So, I guess basics muna. So, ano ba yung ibig sabihin kapag ni-notarize ang isang document? Okay, so malalim yung history ng notarization. Start pa yan time ng mga Spanish. Diba, nung nandito sila, merong mga ganyan. So, ang idea nun is, meron tayong private transaction or merong private document. Gusto ng magno-notarize ka kasi gusto mo na magkaroon ng some sense or some level of parang trust. Diba? Parang paano lang magre-rely ka dun sa document na yun. So, ginagawa yun through notarization. So, yung notary publics kasi, they are commissioned by government. So, ibig sabihin, bago sila makapag-notarize, kailangan makita nila yung document, matatanong nila yung tao kung tama ba, ito ba talaga yung gusto mong gawin? Is this out of your own voluntary act? Hindi ka ba napipilitan dito? Yun yung ideas. Para kapag na-notarize na yung document, natatransform siya from a private document to a public document. So, ibig sabihin nun, halimbawa, kapag ipapakita mo siya sa korte, pag notarized document siya, mas madali siyang prove as evidence as opposed to kung private document lang siya. So, yun yung idea. Kaya maraming mga documents nire-require notaryo, lalo na kapag it deals with land, real property, loans na may interest, yung mga ganyan. Required yan na public instrument or notarized document. So, for the longest time, that's the rule. But of course, with digitalization, especially nung pandemic, di ba, nakita natin na everyone needed to work from home, hindi na nagkikita-kita sa office, but the documents are still there, di ba? So, ang nangyayari, nagkakaroon ka ng additional cost, di ba? Kasi ipiprint mo siya, itatransport mo siya, magantayin, etc. But with the advent of technology, meaning cloud, di ba, yung cloud infrastructure natin, yung internet, meron naman lahat, and smart devices available na sa lahat, mas madali na mag-digitize. Kaya din, nakita mo, meron tayong digital wallets ngayon. Halos lahat merong digital wallet. So, in the same way, nagsasign na rin yung mga tao more and more digitally. Kung baga, wala na yung papel. But, because nga of the rule na kailangan, meron silang personal interaction or personal appearance dapat nung magsasign sa notary, hindi allowed yun. And that's why we're very happy na sa Supreme Court, nitong taon na to, lumabas na yung rules that allow for electronic notarization, whether in person or remote via video conferencing.
I remember lang, nagmanotaryo na rin ako dati, Actually, kunwari, I remember mga affidavit of loss, ganyan, no? Nawala yung mga ID ko dati.
Yes. Yun yung mga usual eh.
But ang ganda nung actually attorney third, take it in like, I think that's also from somehow legal and technical perspective. Notary, meaning yung private document, magiging public document. So I think, parang yun pala yung difference niya. Kasi nisip ko rin, ano mo difference niya sa digital signature? I think yun yung difference niya. Tama ba na pag digital signature, it still remains a private document, but it's signed by the parties. But pag notary, it becomes a public document.
Correct. So yung digital signature naman, so it's a kind of electronic signature. Kasi yung electronic signatures, maraming types yan eh. So halimbawa, nag-send ako sa'yo ng email, sabi ko, gusto mo ba tong there's an offer, halimbawa may contract na binigyan ko sa'yo, tapos nag-reply ka lang dun sa email na okay, I approve. Actually, that's already electronic signature na yun eh. Based on the definition under the E-Commerce Act. So yun so any image, electronic image, sound even, that can be, that is used to provide your assent, ibig sabihin that you're agreeing to something. That's an e-signature. So the digital signature is a kind of e-signature that uses a method to determine the person that is signing, di ba, para magkaroon ng parang may security feature siya. It could be multi-factor authentication or password. Plus, it uses a public cryptography system. So that's a digital signature, and that's what Tiwala Sign uses. So, and under the e-notary rules, kailangan digital signature yung gamitin. Digital signature or secure electronic signatures.
So, somehow prerequisite din pala technology ng digital signature sa electronic notary.
Yes.
Right?
Oo.
And by digital signature, tama ba na like need nga yung may pirma mismo, may pirma. Kasi when you said kanina yung parang kahit typewritten words lang, signature na yun. Pero yung mismong pirma, it gives the identity, right? Or parang it gives the authenticity na itong taong to yung nagpirma doon.
Yun yung digital signature kasi bago mo magamit yung signature mo, kailangan mong mag-login. So papakita mo yung kailangan may password ka doon, or kung halimbawa kung naka-automatic na sa phone mo, 'di ba, yung facial recognition, biometrics. So kumbaga, dumaan siya doon sa process of verifying if ikaw ba talaga yung gumagamit. In the same way na parang sa banking o digital banking, 'di ba? So before ka makapag-transfer ng funds, pupunta ka dun sa account mo, passcode, ganyan, etc. Before ka makapag-send ng funds. Ganun din siya sa digital signing.
So actually, wala lang, parang about yung nagtataka rin kasi ako yung about the pirma mismo, di ba, may pirma ako, may pirma lahat ng Pilipino. It's just a way pala, correct me if I'm wrong, to identify na ikaw talaga yung gumawa nun, right? But kumbaga in essence, it could be biometrics, it could be facial recognition, thumbprint, whatever.
Yung actual na signature, yung image ng signature mo, hindi naman talaga yun yung pirma mo eh. Diba? The digital signature happens doon sa code, diba? Inside. Kasi, it can happen na, halimbawa ngayon, sa Tiwala ko, when I sign something, kasi naka-preload na yung signature ko eh. So I don't do the hand gestures to sign kasi i-click ko na lang siya tapos automatic na nandun na yung pirma ko.
Ano siya pa? I mean, this is parang medyo layers nga siya kasi nasanay nga tayo na yun yung proof eh, yung naik na yun yung stroke, yun yung pero actually sa digital signatures pala, actually hindi na nag-matter masyado yung mismong shape or stroke or figure ng mismong pirma, but yung kumbaga yung authentication sa loob.
Correct. Yung authentication and then your act
yes,
of actual signing it, whether through clicking of a button or tapping into tapping a button. Yun.
So sa digital, sa Tiwala Sign, kung tama pag-aalala ko when nung first interview pa back then, So, nakalag lahat ng, yun yung parang pag-keep ng authenticity, right? Nakalag lahat ng act of signing. Tama ba? So, parang pwede siyang balikan.
Correct.
Pwede, kumbaga, if you really want to verify that document, pwede mong balikan sa tuwala yung mismong log, yung mismong act of signing. Is that how it works?
Correct. So how it works, and you're right, and then not only that, kasi when you use Tiwala Sign, there will be parang every step of the process will be documented and included in a what do you call this? It's a parang it escapes me. Ano nga bang tawag natin doon, Kyla? Doon sa yung second page ng sinasign natin.
May parang history ba yan?
Oo, audit trail.
Audit trail, yes.
Okay, I'll go back to that. So you're right. And then, but there are other things that are included in what we call the audit trail. So the audit trail will include when the document was sent to you for signing, diba? When was it viewed by the signers, when the signers actually signed it, and then kailan na complete yung document. So all of those will be included in an audit trail that you can go back to. Tapos, for example, meron tayong contract, pero si person X wants to check if that contract is authentic. So what he needs to do is just to upload that document online, and then automatically na-check siya if it's authentic or not. So kahit mabago kasi yung isang pixel lang doon sa document, tas in-upload niya, hindi na siya ma-recognize.
Kasi nasa audit trail.
Because the hash of that document is recorded in our chain.
So basically, lahat ng gagawin doon sa document ay natatrack at nare-record.
Yes.
So pag kung may change, makikita mo kung saan nangyari yung change.
Well, kung na-finalize na yung document, tapos kapag merong nag-tamper, ang mangyayari doon, hindi, kapag verify mo siya, hindi na siya ma-verify as authentic document.
Kasi may tampering naman.
So kung ano yung ginawa nilang tampering, siguro makikita na yun sa likod, doon sa document level itself, kung ano yung nangyari. Pero for authentication processes kasi, ang importante is malaman mo na ito bang document ito sinign nila. And that's very important kasi sa ngayon, di ba, how do you determine if one piece of document is authentic? So titignan mo kung number one, yung signature ba niya katulad ng signature ko, di ba? Pero may mga instances din ang hirap nun kasi over time nababago yung signature mo, di ba? So magtitingin ka dun sa parang process, alalahanin mo ako ba nag-sign nito or hindi, di ba? Parang mga ganun. Pero with this one, you don't have to rely on your memory.
Yes.
Or you don't have to trust the processes na manual processes para i-check kung tama ba yung document. You just upload it. Tapos automatic, makikita mo, okay, this is the one that we signed.
Tsaka, kung physical document, minsan, even if i-sign mo dito, pwedeng magsulat or whatever sa ibang parts.
Pwede matamper yung mga ibang parts. Kung halimbawa, 100-page document yun.
Yes.
Sinign mo yung last page, tas initialan mo lahat, each and every page. Pero at the end of the day, parang pwede pa rin may mabago dun. Diba? So I guess it gives you the parang the peace of mind. Diba? And that's very important. Lalo na kung imagine sa isang high value transaction, 'di ba? Na kailangan mo maging sure dun sa part na 'yon. It will save a lot of time, 'di ba? Kung yung document na 'yon is uploaded and then makita na okay, so this is the document. Wala nang question.
Tsaka parang hindi na lang pala siya kasi I remember dati ang somehow image or marketing ng Tuwala. I remember nanood pa ako ng isang webinar ni Jeffrey. Yung about smart cities and about by Tuwala, you can save actually trees, kasi hindi na nga paperized documents, ganyan, electronic na. Pero actually, come to think of it, now, with our discussion, hindi lang ang value ng digital signatures, ng Tuwala sign, hindi lang sa paperless, hindi lang sa speed even, kundi actually, mas authentic pa. yung signed documents kasi nga natatrack and nabe-verify lahat ng mga changes or kahit anong gawin doon sa documents na yun.
Correct. So, ano siya parang when we started Tuala nung 2020-ish, and of course, hindi naman ako yung tech person. So, sila Jeff yun, yung CEO namin. Sila Paul, sila yung CTO namin. So, sila yan. Pero ako yung nandun sa legal side. Ano ba?
CLO. Ganun ba? Chief Legal.
Yes, General Counsel. So, yun yung role ko. Pero when we started it was very clear sa utak namin na, so why are we doing this? We're doing this kasi, so my background was in government. I was in government then. Parang everyone talks about digitalization. Let's digitalize. Let's migrate online. But no one really, to our minds then, no one was actually looking at the final product of every transaction. So every transaction, whether in the government or private sector, ends up in a document, diba? Either that you have to sign or notarize. So we think that if you don't digitize the final product in a safe, secure, tapos affordable and user-friendly way, diba? Parang you will not be able to digitize the whole process. In management, they say, diba, parang begin with the end in mind. So, tignan mo muna kung ano yung dulo and then work backwards. So that's what we tried to solve, and I think we have that solution, and government through the DOST actually believed in that vision, so they gave us a grant fund noong 2022. We have some traction, and now we are ready to complete that process with the e-notarization. So imagine, parang wala nang excuse anyone, whether from the private sector or government, to say now, no, we can't digitize kasi hihingan tayo ng papel. Wala nang excuse. Diba? So if the final product of every transaction can be digitized in a safe, affordable, and user-friendly way, wala nang excuse not to digitize or go paperless.
Amazing. So, I just want, maybe this question might be hard to answer, pero like, ano ang nauna? Yung pag-determine na yung end document should be safely, securely, affordably, and user-friendly yung pag-authenticize. Then, naisip na digital signatures yung solution, or like the other way around na, let's do a digital signature startup, and then we justify it. Ganun naman ibang startups na we have a product that we justify, we find its value, and then find that value.
I think nauna yung need
Wow.
Kasi hindi naman, parang when we started it, parang we really knew na meron talagang problem, na malaking problem. Kasi imagine mo how many millions of papers, di ba, are signed, are used, transported every day, di ba? May mga pag-aaral lalo yung sa Estonia, for example. So Estonia is one of the models of e-government. Parang they said that just by using digital signatures, so wala nang papers, they were able to save 10 days of work. Kumbaga, yung 10 days of work na yon na free up in a year just because of migrating your processes online. So imagine, and that's just for one person. So imagine mo na lang yun, parang if you're someone working in the office, tapos suddenly the next day, everything, yung buong processes nyo online na. Parang if you look at the Estonia example, biglang nagkaroon ka ng 10 paid leaves. Parang ganon. Ganon yung ibig sabihin nun. And that's a lot of value. Not to mention pa yung value sa environment, di ba? Not only with the use of paper, but also transporting those documents around. Kasi that also takes gas, di ba? Etc. Among other costs. So it's it's a no-brainer actually.
Yeah.
In fact, since year 2000 pa lang sinabi na ng E-Commerce Act eh. Kasi E-Commerce Act actually does not only pertain to commerce. Actually, misnomer yung batas na yun eh. Because it also pertains to government. Kaya nga, yung E-Commerce Act also includes the rules for the rules that will allow the Supreme Court na mag-mandate ng e-notarization. So it's both government and private. So year 2000 pa lang yun.
Mm-hmm.
Pero a quarter of a century after year 2000, are we close to having a paperless society? Hindi pa rin naman eh, 'di ba? Mahirap din naman baguhin yung nakasanayan kasi syempre generations upon generations na yung reliance natin sa document. Kumbaga, we want, parang what you don't see, you can't trust, basically. Diba? Kaya din, yung pangalan ng Tiwala is basically a play on the word trust or tiwala. Diba? Kasi, how do you engender trust online? That's a philosophical question that I think blockchain was able to answer in the 1990s when it was first invented. In fact, yung first use case ng blockchain hindi naman cryptocurrency. Ang first use case ng blockchain ay timestamping of electronic documents. Kasi gusto nilang malaman, okay, so paano tayo makakapag-rely na itong document na to ay nagawa nung time na yun. So dun siya nag-start. And Tiwala Sign, Tiwala Notary uses blockchain to secure the documents. It's like going back to the basics also of blockchain. Diba? Kasi it is timestamping, ensuring na the document has an audit trail. It cannot be changed once it's finalized, etc.
Yeah.
Trust the digital future with Twala. Secure and tamper-proof digital signature. Electronic notarization service. And custom AI agents for intelligent document workflows. Visit twala.io to learn more. In today's digital world, your organization needs more than just technology. It needs a strategic partner. At Symph, we build web and mobile apps that drive innovation for startups, enterprises, and organizations worldwide. Visit symph.co today.
Protect your assets from bugs before bad hackers exploit them. And launch your products seamlessly with Sukuna, your trusted partner in cybersecurity. Receive reports in real time and work with security experts to find bugs in your products before others do. Let's make your security our priority.
Well, yung sa ano pa lang, no, yung sa may paperless, actually, even in the personal, for kumbaga, ordinary people, hindi businesses, hindi government, ang hirap paghanap ng notaryo, minsan eh. Ang hirap.
Correct. Yeah.
And speaking of that, so si Twala ba now, both the Twala sign and the notary, is it for business to business ba na signing of documents, or maybe pag kumbaga entity to entity, business, private, or maybe government office or whatever office, or also for like individuals?
Yes. So could be used by businesses, it could be used by individuals. So just go to the website. You can in fact for individuals, free siya to use. Tapos meron lang siyang limit every month of how many documents you can send out for signing. Pero kung magsasign ka lang ng documents, you don't have to pay. So, ang model kasi is the one who owns the document, the one who prepares the document and sends that out for signing, siya yung kailangan may subscription. Pero kapag magsasign ka lang, you don't have to pay. So, pwede yan individuals, SMEs, large corporations, government. So, and then you mentioned kanina ang hirap maghanap ng notary. So that's also another problem that the e-notary system will solve. Kasi at least for the Tiwala e-notary system, ang mangyayari nun, you will just go online And then you will look at the providers sa e-notary providers that use Tiwala. And then you can book an appointment online na rin.
Parang yung mga teleconsult lang sa mga
Correct.
doctors na may
Oo.
telenotary, e-notary.
Yes.
Um,
So it saves a lot of time, di ba? Kasi usually magtatanong ka, saan ba yung notary dito? O kaya pupunta ka sa munisipyo o sa city hall kasi malamang meron doon. So you don't have to do that anymore.
Naalala ko pa yung panahon na yun na hahanap pa ako ng notaryo. Minsan yung mga notaryo,
Saan mo nahanap yung notaryo?
That actually, if I may, sa UP, sa loob ng UP campus. Kasi yun parang, need ko na affidavit of loss nga nung ATM card. Kailangan ko ipanotaryo para So, fortunately, meron pala sa College of Law sa loob. But, ayun, kailangan po maghanap ng notaryo. And, anyway, actually, nagamit ko na ang Tuwala sign dati. I signed a document na sa isang company, isang startup actually, that uses Tuwala. And so, natry ko mag-sign. Actually, hindi ganito. Click lang.
Click na lang.
Click. Ay, ilalagay. Click. And then, so it's actually also a smooth experience din for the signer. Siguro lang muna tayo, Attorney Third. Siguro updates about the company, like maybe mga more of internal din, interaction-wise. Like, paano ba nag-grow yung startup si Tuwala? Maybe siguro, I last interviewed Tuwala 2022. So, 2023, 2024, 2025, kamusta nga ba? And kasi you mentioned kanina na several hundreds na pala ang users ng Tuwala. So, that's actually, wow, So, maybe like, paano nag-grow? Ano ba yung naging growth? Ayun.
So, of course, a lot of it ang Tiwala naman, we're still a small company. So, we have a small team pa rin of business development staff, di ba? Pero meron din silang ibang ginagawa. So, how we do it online din, word of mouth. And
the marketing is more of word of mouth.
Word of mouth. So, may online marketing, pero hindi naman siya nothing to the extent na your magnitude na ideal, but we'll get there eventually. So word of mouth, and then actually ang masaya kami kasi 100% naman yung retention namin sa client. So once the customers sign on, lalo na sa mga companies, parang
that's nice.
Wala kaming instance na umaalis dahil hindi happy. So,
but this is yearly subscription, right, for the company?
So it could be monthly, it could be yearly, could be multi-year. So depends on the company.
So talagang parang all along the years si Tuwala sa inyong parang kumbaga main somehow business product line.
Yes.
Tuwala. And now, actually this is still amazing for me, si e-notary. I mean, personal thoughts ko dito, mind-blowing siya actually in the sense na bakit ngayon lang mangyayari sa Pilipinas? I mean, feeling ko, I mean, we have bright minds, ganyan. So dapat years ago, parang naisip na to. Malamang madami nang naisip na to. But at the end of the day, I think ang naging blocker is, ayun nga, sa legalities nito. So now, ang question is, ganun ba? Tama ba na matagal na naisip itong e-notary? And like, ano exactly yung naging snap or whatever para
ano yung trigger
magawa talaga siya? Kasi I think, tama ba? I think it's the government or it's the legal, the legality of it.
So, it's a couple of things. Matagal na siyang pinag-usapan. Kasi nga, nung year 2000 pa lang, sinabi na sa E-Commerce Act na, okay, Supreme Court, we will provide you the mandate. You can allow e-notarization. Mag-issue kayo ng rules. So, sabi yun ng batas ng year 2000. Eventually, nagkaroon ng maraming mga administrative issuances about the use of electronic signature. So, mandami yan. Tapos nung 2021, si Commission on Audit, nagsabi rin siya na okay, pwedeng gamitin ng government for all its transactions yung electronic signatures. Meron na silang policy. ARTA, BSP, etc. Marami yan. SEC. And then the Supreme Court recently they have what they call the strategic plan for the judiciary for digitalization. I forget the exact name, basta SJPI yung ano nun. So kasama doon sa priorities ng Supreme Court ay e-notarization. So what they did was they even went out to other countries na merong e-notary solutions para mag-research, and then they reached out to possible providers, and Tiwala is one of those kumbaga resource persons of the court when they were discussing coming up with the rules. So matagal na process yon, and we're very happy that the Supreme Court followed through on this. This is something I think that would be a turning point for the Philippine legal process, and also in general for digitalization in our society. In fact, it's not that bad sa totoo lang. Kasi sa ASEAN, I think if we're able to do the e-notary, baka tayo yung first sa ASEAN eh. Okay, so ginagawa siya sa ibang bansa. So sa US, maraming states na may e-notary, pero hindi pa rin lahat. Sa Europe, there are several countries. So I think hindi siya matagal na siyang naisip, pero I think because of the pandemic, parang people were realizing kaya naman pala natin gawin itong mga bagay-bagay online, so why not do it? Kasi nga, if you're able to transfer 50,000 pesos, diba, using your phone, so why can't you have your affidavit of loss notarized, diba, online? Diba, that's a bizarre situation na parang nagta-transfer nga iba dyan na mas malaki pa than 100,000 pesos a day. Diba? Pero ito, simple document, hindi mo ma-notarize online. So, merong legal part, merong administrative part, pero of course, nandyan yung pandemic. Diba? And then yung technology. Kasi 20 years ago, yung technology din ng cloud computing, diba? Ng blockchain even, and yung availability of smartphones, diba? Hindi naman siya ubiquitous, hindi naman siya common, 'di ba? Ngayon, mas common na siya at mas mura. So yung technology then allowed for this to happen. So when I said a couple of things, it's the technology, it's the demand because of the realization from the pandemic, and then the legal structure that kumbaga parang nag-sediment na siya over the years na okay, ready na tayo. Of course, leadership from the Supreme Court, that's crucial.
So tama ba na parang it didn't really came from Tiwala. It somehow came from the Supreme Court nga. And then fortunately, Tiwala has been there all along. So asa sa inyo na yung capability rin, the capacity,
I think
the resource.
it's both. It's public-private. Kumbaga, Tiwala was there to push, diba? We were very vocal naman about our kumbaga request for the court, for the government to allow for more use of digital signatures and to allow for e-notaries. But we're not the only ones. And we're happy na sa Supreme Court meron talagang leadership na nakakaintindi na okay, this is important for the country, let's do it, and they're following through.
So parang matagal nang pinupush ni Tiwala din ang e-notary nga as an extension of digital signatures. And then dumating yung time na na-realize na ng legal bodies of the Philippines na we need to do this. And then
may demand na rin naman kasi talaga eh. Oo, kasi halimbawa, yung mga gumagamit ng Tiwala sign lang. So gusto na nilang mag-document, mag-digital signing lang. Pero pagdating doon sa contract na kailangan i-notarize,
notary pa rin sa person.
Hindi pala pwede gamitin yung digital signature. So nagkakaroon ka ng additional barrier to full digitalization. So with e-notarization, tatanggalin mo na yung barrier na yun. So mas madali na lahat na wala ng paper talaga.
Oo. Pero si Tiwala sign, iba pa rin siya sa e-notary, ano? Like, kasi Tiwala sign, diba, ang process is, yung may-ari ng document, magsusubscribe, siya gagawin ng document, lalagay sa Tuwala platform, and then for signing, so mga signatures dun is authentic by Tuwala's blockchain, right? Si e-notary, iba siya, diba? Parang ibang outside Tuwala sign talaga siya.
So magkaiba siyang product, but the technology uses the same. It uses the same technology.
Okay.
Yung process for authentication, yung hash-proof technology ng Tiwala, yun yung ginagamit. Pero magkaiba siyang product line. Kasi dun sa e-notary, meron kang 3 parties dyan eh. So you have the Supreme Court, so siya yung mag-accredit dun sa facility. Actually, 4 pala yung party, sorry. Supreme Court oversees the whole e-notarization process. And then you have the likes of Tiwala. So, yung e-notary facility. So, yung nagpo-provide ng software, ng platform, methods to allow for the e-notarial act. And then yung pangatlo, nandyan yung e-notary mismo. So, yung notaryo.
Okay.
So, kasi sila, kailangan nilang mag-apply with the Supreme Court.
Notary public.
Oo, gusto kong maging e-notary, ito yung requirements.
Mag-a-apply pa sila?
Mag-a-apply sila. Pero online na lang rin yan. Oo. Tapos, bago sila mag-apply, kailangan nilang pumili ng e-notary facility. Kasi kailangan nilang matrain. So kasama yun sa application na. So, yun yung pangatlong party. And then the last one, syempre, yung signer. So, yung signer, kailangan meron din siyang basic knowledge of technology.
The signer, meaning yung, for example, ako yung affidavit of loss. Ako yung ano?
Yung magsasign ng affidavit of loss. So, yung ang tawag dyan, affiant. Kumbaga.
Sorry, the affiant is the person, right? I mean, the
person that will sign the document. Tapos yung notaryo, siya yung mag-authenticate ng, mag-notarize basically.
Okay, yes.
If
it's okay to ask, kasi Tuwala Sign, ang business model niya, yung owner ng document, siya yung mag-subscribe for the signing. Sa e-notary, paano ba? Kasi I remember sa mga notary public, magbabayad ako dun sa notaryo, notary public, para i-authenticate nga niya, i-notarize niya. So, somehow dito, paano ba?
Okay, good question. So, ang mangyayari nun from the affiant or the signer's point of view, siya pa rin yung magbabayad sa notary. Tapos yung within the facility, malalagay na din ng notary how much yung i-charge niya doon. So isa na lang yung babayaran nung magsasign. Tapos pero nakalagay na rin doon sa fee na yon kung magkano yung transaction fee for Tiwala. Okay. And then of course, yung notary, meron din siyang fee na babayaran for Tiwala for the platform that he will be using.
Okay.
Yun.
Well, basically, kalang platform usage fee. I mean, madami naman ganun eh. Palang sa mga payment channels, diba?
Yes.
Palang payment processing fee. So, palang processing fee siya. Although may subscription din si notary kay Tiwala.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Another, maybe parang, ang maganda kasi sa Tiwala is naka-anchor na siya sa yung problem that you're solving. Do you see other possible, aside from digital signatures and notary, moving forward pa in the future, do you see other possible extensions? Ako parang ito na eh. Marami pa ba?
Marami yan. Actually, marami yan. I mean, we can look 50 years down the road.
Marami nga ako.
Parang ang naisip, pwede yan na actually sa totoo lang, voting. Voting can be done electronically, diba? Alam mo ba yung concept ng People's Initiative?
Sorry.
So People's Initiative. So I also teach constitutional law. So merong isang provision sa constitution natin na People's Initiative. So ang ibig sabihin nun, yung mga tao pwede silang mag-start ng process para magpasa ng batas. So ang requirement nun ay dapat 10% ng lahat ng registered voters mag-sign off. And at least 3% bawat legislative district. So, wala pang napapasang batas using initiative. because it's very
Mahirap magpa-sign. Mahirap magpa-sign. Mahirap magpa-boto.
it's a logistical nightmare and a very expensive process. But you can see in the future if digital signing is there and common, mas madali nang gumawa ng People's Initiative. So, yung mga batas na nahihirapan ipas ang Kongreso, baka pwede magawa through People's Initiative. Diba? May mga ganun din na possible options. Pero that's further down the line.
Yeah, I mean, parang ang amazing for me. Parang na-unravel ngayon yung I mean, digital signatures parang pag-iisipin mo, simple lang. Pero actually, ang dami niyang value. And isa na nga din dito na pwede niya ma-unlock is dahil mas madali na mag-sign. Para sa mga petitions din ito, ng mga petitions. Madali magpa-sign, makaka-unlock pa actually ng maraming
Yeah.
Tsaka
yung People's Initiative, nag-a-apply yan hindi lang sa batas, pwede yung local ordinances. So, it can help, di ba, parang, kumbaga, it's empowering the people to participate more directly in democratic processes.
Oh, wow. Tsaka yung e-notary talaga, parang for me, malaking convenience nga ito even sa mga tao, even individuals na sa phone, pwede rin sa mobile, no? Pwede rin sa
phone, iPad,
tama
laptop.
pa. So parang ang long term na mangyayari dito is punta lang ako sa Tuwala platform, then I can view yung mga Tuwala, yung mga notaries na gumagamit ng Tuwala platform, and then I can go to them, upload my document, pay, have it signed or notarized, using Tuwala, and then that's it.
That's it. You'll have your notarized document after the transaction right away. Makuha mo na yung PDF nun, and then that's the notarized document.
I have to I have to send a meeting, right?
So kailangan magsiset ka ng appointment sa kanila, pero using the platform na rin.
So andun na rin yung parang
may scheduler, meron na rin. At saka yung video conferencing, nandun na rin siya.
Oh, okay. But that's super nice. So, I mean, dati, kukomment ka pa, hahanap ka pa, tatanong-tanong ka pa nga actually. Kung di mo talaga alam pa sa notary dun sa area na yun, tatanong-tanong ka pa sa mga tindera ng tatanong ka. Now, search ka na lang, no? And then, set an appointment. Siguro pwede naman mag-schedule within the day, no? Or baka pwedeng
that would depend doon sa availability ng notaryo. Kasi syempre, yung notaryo, meron din siyang usually naman yung mga notaryo, ginagawa nila yan kumbaga meron silang full-time job tapos notaryo din sila. So kumbaga kailangan talaga siyang ma-schedule with them. And yung availability nila, nandun yung dapat sa platform.
I remember pala nung nagpa-notaryo ako dati dun sa sa nakatira dati. I'm not sure if relevant to, no? Malapit sa Camp Crame. Baka marami kasi mga police doon. I'm not sure baka doon sa ibang notaryo. Nagpunta ako, nagbayad na ako. Sabi, balik na lang ako bukas para makuha yung notarized ko na document. Kasi madami siyang naka-imbak na mga notaryohan. Do you think somehow ma-resolve ba yun itong e-notary din na, kasi yun, sabi, balik na lang ako kinabukasan So, naghintay pa ako ng 1 day. So, lead time ko basically, naghanap ako, tapos may lead time pa ako ng 1 day. Dito, do you think somehow ma-resolve yun na delete lead time?
Definitely. Kasi, kailangan kanyang makita online so doon sa example mo, ang pwedeng mangyari doon would be kung meron ng e-notarization doon, pupunta ka doon sa office niya, tapos isisend mo yung PDF ng document mo sa kanila, tapos after niya pirmahan, nasa na yung document. Pero even better is hindi ka na pupunta doon sa place na yon kasi pwede mo na siyang gawin sa map. Tapos may schedule ka doon So doon sa after ng schedule mo, makukuha mo na yung notarized document.
Feeling ko pala yung dating nangyayari, nung pumunta ako, nag-schedule lang ako. Nagpunta ako para mag-schedule. Bumalik ako sa actual appointment and signing. Dito, pwede ko na i-schedule online. Pwede ko i-schedule online. And pwede na nga online yung meet. online yung notarization.
Yes.
Much more fast and convenient.
Oo, kasi syempre time is the most important thing. Diba? So, yung araw na nasayang na nandun ka kasi wala ka palang appointment, ang laking bagay nun, diba?
Yeah. Tsaka grabe, this is gonna be life-changing. Even for yung mga sa mga lupa, mga iponataryo, I remember parang mahaba yung pila dahil sa mga ganun. So, this is really...
Sa isang real estate transaction nga, ang sabi, parang dun sa pag-aaral namin, kasi we're also partnering with socialized housing development group. Parang based on our interactions with them, parang ang isang real estate transaction, parang it has to have at least parang 50 plus documents na kailangan mong i-sign, and some of them kailangan i-notarize. So, actually sila yung I think sila yung pinaka-excited sa e-notary kasi yung process na yon, kapag may e-notarization na, mas magiging efficient sila. Kasi imagine, kapag kailangan mo i-notaryo ng papel, mag-accumulate ka ng napakaraming papel. And ang hirap nun, space-wise, diba? Security-wise, pwedeng mawala yan, bahain, masunog. Pero kung yung documents mo i-notarize na, ang daling itago over time, i-archive, i-search, madali din siyang i-back up.
Yes.
Diba? So, it solves a lot of our problems.
Sa mga lupa, yun yung problema eh. Pag nawala na yung papel, wala na. Actually, di ba? Yun yung, kaya nagkakaproblema sa mga, pag, sa'yo yung lupa, pero dahil wala ka papel, wala na. Hindi na sa'yo. So, parang hindi valid, hindi i-valid yung claim mo na sa'yo yung lupa. So, I think, isa pa yun, if it's electronic, hindi siya masisira.
In fact, yung mga titulo ng lupa, that's another parang process or product na magandang gamitan ng digital signing. Kasi kapag yung titulo mo digitally signed, blockchain secured, hindi mo na kailangan mag-print out din ng mga titulo, di ba? So, yung titulo na meron ka, madaling ma-authenticate kung yun ba talaga is authentic or not.
Ito yung titulo ko, ganyan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yung tuwal na titulo.
So, napakaraming applications, but we take it one day at a time. And the most urgent one now is the e-notary. So, hopefully, in the next few months or even weeks, we can have good news.
Yeah.
Education is evolving, and so are we. Introducing School Tech by Edfolio, your all-in-one school management solution. Built for schools of all sizes, School Tech bridges the gap between school and learning management. Driven by passion, School Tech makes educational technology accessible, affordable, and easy to use for schools everywhere. With an integrated approach, School Tech simplifies management across different departments and enhances efficiency in operations. School Tech transforms the way schools manage, teach, and learn. School Tech, taking school management solutions to the next level.
Running a business? Make it smarter with Red Circle Global. Streamline operations, boost productivity, and manage everything in one powerful ERP system. Book your free business demo today at redcircleglobal.com, guided by one of our top experts.
Ayun, sige. Thank you very much, Attorney Turner, sa ating very enlightening actually na discussion din. At abangan natin yan, no? Abangan natin ang e-notary na right now, I think nasa process nga ng accreditation from the Supreme Court. But maybe ba January, February? Kailan kaya ito possible?
We are hopeful, but we really can't say
Yeah,
because
of course.
syempre it's up the Supreme Court will have their processes. So, but we hope it's sooner rather than late. Yeah, and thank you for having us. Hopefully hindi naman ito yung last,
Of
and
course.
you'll hear more from us.
Yes.
And again, thank you for being a Tiwala supporter ever since pala.
Of
So,
course.
really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Maraming salamat.
Actually, kaya din of course, fan ako ng Tiwala kasi nagsimula na talagang isa si Tiwala sa mga pinaka na-fascinate ako na startup even before nga noong 2021 when I first saw Tiwala bago ko pa na-interview. Tapos grabe yung mga nangyayari nga ngayon sa Tiwala pa. Nakuha traction and yung mga projects na ginagawa, technology na develop, and now we have this e-notary na really something to look forward to. So, abangan natin yan. By the way, this episode will be out baka if not this December, baka early January, and baka by that time, may e-notary na, or baka by that time, abangan na lang natin. Ang ano. But anyway, Attorney Third, no, if our listeners want to know more about Tiwala, baka may gusto na mag-abang doon sa e-notary, so how can they know more about, or saan ba sila mag-aabang? Ano ba yung parang website nga rin?
Okay. So to our listeners and watchers, so just go to tiwala.io. So that's our website, and you can find everything there. We hope we can be part of your digitalization journey in your businesses and in your kahit na in your personal personal life. Kung hindi ka naman business owner, it really helps a lot managing your documents, making sure that you can be as efficient as you would want to be.
So, andun na yung sa Tiwala.io, parang nasa navbar na yung e-notary.
Well, that would be available kapag okay na with the Supreme Court.
So, abangan na lang natin yun. And sa mga magpapalatari dyan ng affidavit of loss, ayan, magtiwala, e-notary na lang tayo.
Yeah.
Ayun, thank you again so much, Attorney Third. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This episode is super powered by AskLex PH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Argum AI makes smarter decisions by presenting both sides of an issue as argued by two distinct AI models. Pixel by ePlayment turn content into opportunity, grow deeper connections, and earn more. Only with Pixel. Sign up at pixel.eplayment.co. School of Profits, Filipino-led community for aspiring freelancers, VAs, agency builders, and online earners. Built to help you start, grow, and earn online together. Founders Launchpad, early stage accelerator providing venture capital funding, operational support, and mentorship. Hire Business Solution, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. Agile Data Solutions, the Philippines' fastest growing market insights tech company with its data gathering platform, HustlePH. SmileChecks, streamlined hiring and onboarding with automated background checks. Cloud CFO, cloud accounting service provider for business ready to grow. Cloverly, all-in-one digital platform for property developers. Body Beaties, accessible and personalized diabetes self-management application. HKB Digital Services, tech-based business tools including payroll, ticketing, and loyalty rewards. Hyperstocks, digital banking enabler for rural and thrift banks. One CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design for emerging markets. DV Code Technologies Incorporated, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Kanzen Barley, East Point Business Outsourcing Services, Filipina Home-Based Moms, Hex Colony, Sugbudok, Algacon Aqua Feeds, Juan Algae, Grey Wolf Technologies Philippines, Pareto Consulting, Jur.ph, Big Giant Games, Pahatid PH, Wasteless PH, Tech Tribe, Uplift Code Comp, Board Prep, Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the links in the description.